Well, one thing I will say, going quickly on to Chelsea. Have you seen the Enzo Maresca stuff over the weekend?
He's at risk now, isn't he? Apparently.
Yeah. So they beat us, and then pretty much straight after the game, he was slagging the ownership off. He said,
it's always good at Chelsea, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he always a secure job at Chelsea. That's one thing going into it.
They lost to Atlanta as well in the week, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think it was Atlanta.
They lost in the Champions League.
Because but they've gone on a couple of bad results, to be fair. Because they lost against Leeds, didn't they? And then
I kind of agree. I don't rate that Maresca.
I know, but they are the fourth in the league, and I think I'm not realistically their expectations should be, as in Maresca's and the owners should be like that, where they go, I'm just looking at the table, the fourth in the league, albeit 8 points off top, but that's a good position to be in at this point of the season.
Yeah, I suppose.
No one
spent a lot of money then, no.
Well, I know, but so's everyone. So Liverpool, do you know what I mean? So every big team has spent a lot of money. It's just kind of again, the Premier League is the way it is, where teams are winning, teams are losing. But I don't know if Maresca's comments where he's outright come out and slagged the ownership off. Do you reckon he's almost like that thing, like walking before he's pushed, as in at least when he gets sacked, he's got a reason to say, "Oh, they didn't like it when I said that." Because I can't think of any other reason why you would do that.
The media thing, obviously, again with Salah, it's all contrived because all fours, they've all got representatives who say this, do this. They've all got agents who get big money. It's all we only see the output, the final output. On no one, it's like if you went into work now and slagged off the boss, everyone would go, "Why has he said that?"
Yeah.
It's the same. It's just a business. It's especially Chelsea. Chelsea is a good example of it is solely a business. Yeah. So if he's come out and going, the owners don't know what they're doing or whatever he said, the owners are going to go, "See you later, mate. We pay you £1 million a week, son." It's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely insane.
Todd Bowley as well. That American group is just quintessential American sports owner. If you don't win, you're nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think he understands, just being in the top four, you'd be fine. It's now we need to win. We're world champions right now. That's how he looks at it, even though everyone else who's in football understands that league is a Mickey Mouse league thing.
Yeah. I think Chelsea and the American aspect are crying out for a big name manager, like Zidane, or just a glamorous name. That's the way I look at it. And Maresca isn't that. He's just a bit of a no mark in my book.
If I ask you now, then, you've just said Zidane. Who are the big name managers? Because I've been thinking about this recently in terms of I know obviously the shoe in for Liverpool would be Alonso, but do you know you think about back in the day the amount of legendary managers that were knocking about across Europe, in every league there were there were 5 top managers that as soon as someone got sacked you'd be on, we'll poach him, we'll have him. I don't know. Yeah. Who are the big name managers these days?
I do agree to an extent. Who, Max?
Luis Enrique is probably the biggest that everyone wants.
The ones linked to the Madrid job are Klopp.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, and who's the favourite for Madrid? Is it Zidane?
Surely not.
No, there's someone else. There's another big name out there. Let me get it up.
Not like Inzaghi or someone, no.
No, it's not.
If anyone's ever are, is it because they all just bounce around each other's clubs unless it's Ancelotti and he's in Brazil, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's not him.
Have you seen that thing with Ancelotti when he's on our rival podcast with Gary Lineker and some other no-marks when they're talking about players that Ancelotti's managed? They talk about who's the best defenders you've managed and who's the best midfielders, who's the best strikers. Have you seen the players Ancelotti's managed in his career? It's everybody. Yeah. He goes who's the best striker you've managed? He goes, probably Brazilian Ronaldo, but Shevchenko was pretty good. Drogba was pretty good. It's just oh yeah, what about midfielders? You go, probably Zidane, but Pirlo, Ronaldo. It's just he reels off every player that you've ever kind of admired he's managed them.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Did he talk about
No
Calvert-Lewin?
mention of any Everton players. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin or
Calvert-Lewin under
I think,
Ancelotti, he was as good as Ronaldo.
He was second.
Yeah.
He said
James Coleman.
Brazilian
That's right.
Ronaldo. Yeah, Coleman was
Yeah,
in
it
there.
was Cafu, Marcelo,
Yeah.
James Coleman.
Raul's one of the names linked to Thingy. And Fabregas is the other one coming through as well. In terms of big
Fabregas.
manager, he's going to be next.
Everyone's
But
talking about
I do
Fabregas.
agree, in terms of big managers, going back to that, they're not. But I think that might also be our age a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the other thing though is they're not managers anymore, they're coaches.
Yeah.
Which I think is really big. Like there's a lot of coaches out there. Like Enzo Maresca's a coach, he's not a manager. And then you've got obviously the German ones. You've got Nagelsmann. Who's the other one? Who's the other big freaking? Oh, Tuchel's the England manager, so he'll be somewhere after the World Cup. In England, it's still Pep, and I mean Arteta. I suppose you got to throw him in, but he's not what they were. And Klopp is still sitting out there. Then you go back to like before Pep at Barca though, like Spain. Can you name many top Real Madrid managers before?
No,
Ancelotti?
well, no, but maybe not. But like coaches like Aragonis, Vincent Del Bosque, who we don't necessarily know. I think Vincent Del Bosque won, 10 leagues or something stupid. Aragonis was the Spain manager before it all kind of went stratospheric. So I know what you mean, but they are proper managers. Like even who's the Italian ones. It was like Lippi, and there's that guy who was at Chelsea who used to smoke cigarettes.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're proper managers that you think of like our definition of a manager.
Yeah.
Robbie Keane's a manager now. Imagine being managed by Robbie Keane.
He is. Isn't he like Ferencvaros? Isn't he like?
Yeah, but he was linked with the Celtic job. Just as an example, Fabregas, fair enough, great player, but if we're talking about managers, even to like Raul, I can't imagine.
I also think there's nowadays it's like all you have to do is be a former player, isn't it? Like it's like if you look like talking about like Irish lads, obviously Robbie Keane's manager is Hungary, and then you've got like Damien Duff is in Ireland.
This thing is well, Liam Rosenia.
Yeah,
in the he's doing well. Yeah,
he's doing great.
Liam Rosenia. I think you were better than him, Sean. Maybe.
Robbie Keane won the league in Israel for Maccabi Tel Aviv.
I think
so he's got pedigree.
I could win the league in Israel as a player and a manager, and I proved that.
Manager.
Going on to just last on it then is like my things. Obviously, you named Zidane, you've named Alonso, you've named Fabregas. Realistically, would any of them take that Chelsea job? Even like Fabregas, who's got a lot of history with that club, like knowing what a toxic place it is. Where I mean, they might want like a bit of a cash like injection, but they're proper football men. Like Fabregas is one of the ultimate like footballers I think of as just pure baller. Like he oozes football. Why would he join that business like hamster wheel? I don't know. Especially with like the kind of up and coming thing he's doing with Como, where it's like, I know obviously they're very trendy, but he's taken a smaller club and turned them into something to go into just like, I don't know. I just can't imagine managers like that at Chelsea. That's why I think they have to go for Graham Potter, Enzo Maresca from Leicester, because they're the ones who'll come and join the madhouse and just be told what to do.
Fabregas, I think I saw an article today. He came out and said he didn't enjoy his time at Chelsea at all. Even though he had success at the club and stuff, he didn't like it.
Oh, didn't he?
So I don't think. He
wasn't the same player for Chelsea.
Yeah, but he obviously won the league, didn't he? But he was still that Shearer goal. Didn't you mention that assist?
Yeah,
one of you mentioned that assist.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, they won the league that year, I think, when it was his first season back. But
when he was at
Como Stadium wouldn't look out of place in Widnes. So like he's done great with that team. But yeah, I don't think he'd go there. I think the types of managers that will go there are the ones that know they'll get sacked if it doesn't go right, but they at least think they'll be competitive enough to do a good job and then get a big payout at the end.
Yeah.
You know, a manager as well who does go kind of while we're on about like the weekend and whatever else, just a shout out is Emery, Unai Emery.
Yeah, he's
I
doing a
feel
great
like-
job.
I mean, obviously it didn't work out with Arsenal for some reason, but he's got to be in contention for a big job soon. Because Villa could, I mean, realistically, Villa could win the league.
A few Premier League managers, isn't it? Glasner. Glasner's going to get a new job at some point. He's probably look at Chelsea and think, I can go and try and do something there for 2 years.
I think Glasner and Iraola, them two, that ilk, will be like Liverpool or United next, potentially. But they're not big managers.
No.
They're the modern day manager who are like, Glasner could take over Liverpool in theory, and it would be a big step up, but he could. But Glasner's not going to manage Real Madrid, as an example, you know what I mean? I do agree with Sean, what he said about who are the big managers. I don't think Glasner and Iraola and that are personally.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
I can't.
Like the next City
even-
manager. Who's the next City manager after Guardiola, do you honestly reckon? It's probably going to be someone like Iraola, isn't it? You'd
He
suggest.
played for New York City, didn't he, at one point? So he's been a part of that City group, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at him thinking he'd take over next. Even if you go back, like you still got Conte knocking around, and you still got Simeone knocking around. Who's the versions of them? Like out when they were all at the peak, and you're looking at like Klopp, Guardiola. That was the next group of elite coaches, weren't it?
Simeone is a good shout.
Who's the relative ones for them?
You can see Simeone at Chelsea.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
He's very Chelsea, isn't he?
He's got to
like
leave at some point. He's been there so long, and he could go do a decent job there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right, before we move on then, is there any, obviously, as I said earlier, we are away for a couple of weeks on normal pod duties. Is there any clubs you want to shine a light on? How they've been the first half of the season?
I think Griffin's just done it really with Villa, and he?
Yeah.
Sunderland probably have won, aren't they?
Sunderland, yeah.
Palace again.
I think I said famously on this podcast that Granit Xhaka was the signing of the season, and
I think you also said 11th place Spurs were title contenders.
you win some, you lose some, Sean. Now the big boys are getting behind Matthew Griffin saying Xhaka's the signing of the season. You know, Richard's first thinking copies my dress sense, and now he's come after that. Coincidence?
Do
you think?
Do we think Arsenal will be still top of the league when we come back in Jan?
The wheels will fall off.
I think so too.
I don't know.
You talked about it last week, didn't you? About him getting sacked at the end of the season.
Yeah. If they don't win it,
got to happen. How they're not further ahead is ridiculous. How Declan Rice isn't the captain of that club sums Arteta up.
That could be the place for Fabregas, can't it?
Yeah.
If he gets sacked, Fabregas goes to Arsenal. Yeah,
that would be sick.
Yeah, that would be so good.
The professor.
Yeah.
Back in the hot seat.
Yeah. I think I'll potentially say, based on obviously how many games are taking place in between us being here and being here properly again next, I'd say potentially not. I think obviously a Villa 3 points behind.
City are 2, Villa are 3.
I don't know. It's weird, and I've said it a lot of times. You never go into a game thinking Arsenal have got this. Arsenal are going to walk it. Especially because City are playing now.
City are going to do it.
Yeah.
City look clinical. I think you touched on it last week, but I said it a few weeks back. Arsenal don't go and outscore anyone. They don't blow a team away. Even at the weekend against Wolves, they struggled. I actually watched most of that game. They hardly beat them. They got lucky to beat them. Yeah. In fact, it was 2 own goals. Yeah. They brought Gabriel Jesus on to score. That chance that the defender heads it in from, he misses that ball. Can you imagine that? Like, if you actually really need to score, he misses the ball completely. Free header, 6 yards. But I think if the defence is still injured and whatever else, Arsenal will crumble.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about the reasons why they won't win the league, Gabriel Jesus has got to be one of the most overrated players of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how anyone rates him as like a top level. He's playing for like championship, like title winning teams or title winning contenders for the last 2 clubs, and he's absolutely awful. That's when he's fit as well.
He's got no output at all.
0.
Does not offer anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal play the Blues under the lights at the Hill Dickinson on Saturday, so
Tell you,
the title charge ends there.
that's a game to win, no?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
3-0 Arsenal, I'm going.
Yeah, we've got no midfield now. Garnaga's gone and Dewsbury Hall's out. So yeah, we've got 0.
Apparently City after that Dewsbury Hall as well, that's been reported.
What?
City after Dewsbury Hall.
Ah, they are.
Guardiola sees him as the complete midfielder today.
Yeah, if you say so. Do you know at the start of the season, it was weird. Him and James Garner, they both came out and said that they were turning down Ireland call-ups because they were desperate to get in the England squad. And I remember at the time thinking, you're going to be waiting a long time, you two. But, and don't get me wrong, I don't rate James Garner. I'll put that on record. I've said it many times. But Dewsbury all last couple of weeks, obviously getting injured is unfortunate. Do you know if he kept on playing the way he was, he'd have to be on to the World Cup.
Yeah, he's versatile as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Anyway, he's just an absolute engine. He can do everything. He's like that, not the perfect number 8, I don't mean that, but like for what we need in that, he can do everything. He's boss.
Do you reckon Everton will sign him in January, considering you're losing 2 of your best players?
We're going to have to buy some fullbacks because, like, we've got one left back really. Michalenko's the only left back. Although we've got that what's his name? The one we bought a kid from, like an 18-year-old from Bayern Munich, Adam something.
Yeah, he was expensive, wasn't he?
And I mean, I've only seen him on training videos. Like they put go, here's some clips from training, and he's in them. That's the only reason I know he exists. So yeah, and then we've got on the other side we have Jake O'Brien, who's a 6'5" centre half. We've got James Garner playing there, and like genuinely, if you watch us against Chelsea at the weekend, that like gusto just tore us apart. Michalenko didn't know what to do. Michalenko only plays well against Salah. That's it. But yeah, I think if we're going to invest, it will be in fullbacks. But I don't back us to do that. Just we seem to obviously like we spent money in the summer, but it was on like Tyler Diblin, and like he's had about 20 minutes all season. So like I don't know, we're spending money, but I don't always know if it's in the right places. So. If
maybe a shrewd loan.
Yeah, it might have to be that.
A striker or something.
A decent fullback. Or like, I mean, obviously we need a striker. I'm not, but we all know that. And I genuinely, I'd like to know if there's any like historians out there or like statisticians out there that can do some stuff. Can you tell me, just like through the eye test, that there ever been a club with 2 worse strikers than Everton right now? Because I think genuinely Beto and Barry could be the combined worst front 2 of all time. They are
I thought you were the history man, Sean.
You what?
I thought you were the history man.
There you go.
Wallop.
3 episodes in a row it's been mentioned. Well done. Right, we will leave the footy there for a couple of weeks anyway. And we will...
Before we move on, Sean, sorry, can we just have a minute break? I need to get my phone charger for this game.
Go on.
Even though we're live, so me, but it's okay.
I'll let Griffin do some improv.